Today we're going to have a look at honeyberries. Now I have 3 bushes here, guys, and these 3 bushes were given to me by a plot holder from the old plots, Craig, who was giving up his plot. He had the plot next door to me. You may have seen him in some older episodes. Anyway, when he gave up, he gave me these bushes. Now last year I planted them in the ground and I left them as they were. They've never ever been pruned. Craig has left them as they were. Honeyberries are very similar to blueberries in how they grow and how you prune them. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Now this is going to be a bit of a job, to be honest with you, because it's just a massive foliage. There's crossing branches everywhere, and so we ideally want to be looking at that. So first things first, we need to get in here and we need to cut out all of the crossing branches and the weak growth. So we're just going to come in, anything that's crossing we're going to get out. This is crossing. Now, like here, if this is going into cross, but we want to keep this branch, if we look for an upward facing bud and prune to that, okay? And again here, we're looking at crossing, so we're looking for an upward facing bud. We're going to prune to that. These are all okay. Now, and we reduce the growth by about 1/3. Now, honeyberries are a fruiting variety. They're actually fruits on the stem itself, so it doesn't create little buds and bunches of fruit. Okay, you just get 2 little honeyberries growing off the stem. Now we've got quite a bit of congestion here, so I'm going to take this one right out, which should open up. What it's going to mean is we'll end up with much less of a bush, but next year we'll really benefit from it. So I'm going to take that away. I'm going to cut this back to a bud here. It's going to look like quite a harsh pruning, but it is necessary, guys. There is a lot of weak growth within this. Now, these branches that are coming over here, ideally are coming too far. So what we would like to do is take them back to a branch that's growing upwards. So we'll do this. And to redirect this branch here, we will probably come up off one of these 2. So I'm going to take it back to there. That creates strength and within the actual branch, because these branches will thicken up. I'm going to come and take that one out because it's crossing. And all of this stuff inside we need to clear it out. It's very weak growth, it's crossing, and we don't want it because it doesn't benefit us. All of this stuff is no good to anybody, okay guys? So just take it out. The plant is going to thank you for it at the end, trust me. So again up here, look, we've got all these very fine branches where the branches have sort of created ramification, and we don't need that. So we're going to come in, we're going to take out all of this. And for this year, we're not worried about whether or not these fruit, but they will fruit. Okay, this one here, we need to go to an upward facing bud, which is back there, so that's good. We need to get around the back of here now, guys. We need to create some structure in these because they've never been pruned. Excellent. Anything that's weak and spindly, get rid of, and tidy up the branch itself. Anything that's crossing like that, take it out. And what you will find over this year, these will put on some really good strong growth. Now this is coming across everything, so I'm taking it out completely, and that's what you're looking for, is things that are growing into each other. And unfortunately this was left to become a bit of a mess. And if you look back to when we planted them originally, you'll see that in I think it was the moving the fruit bushes video. You'll see us planting this up, and it was like this anyway, but we've just let it sort of establish its roots this year, or last year I should say, in 2016. We let it establish its roots because it got upheaved and moved over here. We didn't want to be trimming it right back. It probably would have done it good to trim it back, because it would have been less pressure on the roots, but at the time it was starting to go into leaf and everything else, so I wanted to leave it. We need to take that one out of there, and sometimes you see these bushes like this and you think, bloody hell, where do I start, you know? But always stick to that rule of thumb. Anything that's crossing, it has to go anyway, okay? And once you've got out anything that's crossing and all the weak spindly branches, then you're left with a bit more of a framework, and you can see where you need to work. And that's all I can really suggest to you guys. All of this stuff in here, look, it's very weak, it's no good to us. So, and that one's rotting, so get rid of it. Here we want to redirect this branch. Like I said, this is going to be a case of necessary evil. We need to get in there and take that one out because it's too congested in the middle. I'm going to take that off and that off. That one's got to come out. So does that one. Ideally, we want to get to a position over the next year or two where this has a goblet shape as well. It's the best way to grow your fruit because it allows air movement within the plant, stops disease. Now we've got a cross member there, and I don't like that one either, so that whole branch is coming out. There we are. And that one is crossing. I don't particularly like that either. Taking that out too, because that's crossing quite a lot. That's okay in there, that's okay there, that's new growth. Okay guys, so we went from a very bushy plant, and some of you are probably thinking, Christ, he's hacked that to death, and we've taken out all of this off the plant. But we now have a little bit of structure where this plant can now re-establish itself, put out some new side shoots, and next year hopefully we can launch a couple of shoots down lower here and prune them so they come out the front and we've got that goblet shape that we require. We've got another 2 of these to do which were in just as bad a shape, and we'll show you later on in the year how these are looking in leaf and what have you. But I think this haircut is going to allow a lot more wind through there. That air circulation is really important. It's going to allow the branches to thicken up, because all of this fine stuff is okay when you're fruiting, but this can't support that fruit, but it will support any leaves you need. Anyway guys, that's it for this episode on honeyberries. Treat them exactly the same as you would blueberries. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.